Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So, the 31st Dragon Ball Legends reveals and stuff has just ended, and it was a pretty short one. I believe it was about 15 minutes long, but we did get the next announcements of the next sparking units and the next LF unit and next Zenkai we'll be getting in the game. So, I'm extremely excited for all this because I was not expecting any of these characters to drop for this saga, but it's happening. So the characters that we're going to be getting are, well, I should start off with the Zenkai anyway. The Zenkai we're going to be getting is none other than the Blue Bulma. Like, I'm talking about the unit from years ago, like that unit, right? The one where if you use the special skill, she'll get a free Dragon Ball and then like swap out with one of your units on your team. That unit, she's getting a Zenkai, which is fantastic because she boosts both Blue and Dragon Ball, Tag Dragon Ball specifically, not episode Dragon Ball Saga, but Dragon Ball. And also with the units that we're getting for this campaign, it now completely makes sense as to why we now have the Tag Dragon Ball instead of them focusing on episode Dragon Ball Saga. So with that being said, the new sparking units we're getting are none other than Master Roshi, specifically Swole Master Roshi, Buff Roshi, him. Finally, we're getting him as a playable character because if you guys don't remember, Jordyn actually has Master Roshi in her moveset. So, and it was, you know, Swole Roshi, but now he's an individual playable character, which is fantastic. And then apart from him, we're also getting Ader. The moment I saw Ader, I'm like, okay, bro, there's just no way this is not Path to Power. And then, of course, after Ader, then we got the announcement of LF Kid Goku. And again, the reason why it makes sense for the Dragon Ball tag is because this entire thing, Path to Power, doesn't fall under episode Dragon Ball Saga. It falls under sagas from the movies. So it was necessary for them to make that tag in order for them to try to work with all the other Dragon Ball units, especially with Bulma getting her Zenkai as well. But I recorded my reaction to all of this stuff. I'm honestly really excited for this, but check out my reaction and then we'll break down what these guys can do. Like, who could it even be? Wait, whoa, wait, what? Oh, we actually got Swole Roshi! What the? Wait, and why is Don what? Wait, is this, oh crap, what is it? Path to Power? Oh crap, Ader! Yo! Ader's in the game! Oh no, it's time. It's time. That means LF is definitely Goku. I've waited for this for too long. I've waited too long for this. What the heck? Yo, we finally got Ader in the game, bruh. My goal. Yes, sir. Bro. Yup, no, the LF gonna be some fire. That LF is gonna be some heat. It's time. Cook him. Get him out. Oh my. Gone. Oh man. Oh crap, yes. What? He has rock, scissors, paper as one of his moves. Okay, no, that's heat. Yep. End him. End him. Gone. Gone. Oh man, like, I thought like the ending was gonna be like him like screaming and crying in the air, like, oh man. But that's fire. That's fire. Whoa. Okay, this just reset. Nah, but that's fire. That's some heat. So now that we've seen what they can do, let's break them down. So starting off with Master Roshi. So it shows Master Roshi. Of course, he's a sparking unit. He's a yellow unit. And he's a range type. And the only tag that he's on is Dragon Ball. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is actually a very, very bad combination right now in terms of his element factor and the type that he is, because one of the most dominant units in the game is a red melee type with blast armor on strike. So this is actually gonna be kind of dangerous to use him in this meta. Like, I think he would probably be good against Goku and Frieza, but against Ultra Vegito Blue, this unit is just combo food for him. So I'm not sure how well he's gonna work against him, but I guess we'll find out in due time. Anyway, Z ability 3 plus 18% to tag Dragon Ball or episode sagas from the movies, max base health during battle. So I guess there's that. Special move deals massive impact damage plus 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. Applies the following effects to enemy upon hit. Reduces ki by 60 and cancels attribute upgrades, activates 3 times. So not bad, especially the ki reduction is nice, right? Because if you're able to cripple your opponent's ki in any type of way, shape, or form, that is always going to be a good thing. So whether or not it'll be effective in this meta right now is to be determined, only because, again, the main unit he'll be able to utilize that against would be Goku and Frieza, but we will see how that works. Well, and I guess in technicality, he'll be able to use it against another unit, which, you know, we will talk about in a bit. Continuing. Ultimate. Deals massive impact damage. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Plus 50% to ultimate damage inflicted for 3 timer counts. Cancels attribute downgrades. So that's nice. You know, you land the ultimate, then, you know, you get an extra boost to the damage, which is great. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe his ultimate has blast armor as well. The following effects occur on hit. A portion of the damage inflicted will also be dealt to the enemy members on standby. This cannot cause them to be defeated. Cancels enemies' attribute upgrades. Blast armor when charging forward. So it showed it right there. But yeah, you hit the entire team. And I've noticed that they've been making this a bit more of a standard thing as of late, where if you land ultimate attacks with certain units, it's been hitting the whole team, because it was a rare ability for a while, but now it's starting to become a bit more common. So how much damage it will deal, again, is to be determined, but it is nice that at the very least you can hit the entire team with that. So that is good. Now, moving on to special. Draw a special move arts card next. Restores own ki by 50, plus 20% to ultimate damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, plus 30% to the next special move damage inflicted cannot be stacked. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 3 timer counts. Cancels all enemies' buff effects, activates once. Okay, so for starters, being able to cancel buff effects is fantastic. That has always been a phenomenal ability. I don't even have to break down how good that ability is, because you guys should know why at this point. So that's good. On top of that, you're able to nullify element factors. That can be a saving grace for this unit in terms of him being pinned up against Vegito Blue, because apparently from how hard they're making it seem this unit could like hit, being able to nullify element factors to at the very least deal neutral damage is gonna be fantastic. On top of the fact that you're able to pretty much just force draw a special move by using your special skill. So that's fantastic. And plus, not only do you force draw the special move, you also get the key to use it. So that's also good, and it buffs your ultimate. So this is going to be all around a powerful special skill to utilize if you get, you know, the opportunity to utilize it. And then, of course, unique abilities. Has a special cover change against blast art attacks, comboable with special move arts. So again, he has blast armor. You can follow up with your, you know, special move. The following effects occur when changing cover. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws a special move arts card next. Restores own ki by 30, plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, plus 20% to special move damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. Reduces enemy ki by 25, activates twice. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, -1 arts card draw speed level for 10 timer counts. So If you cover change, you sabotage the opponent, which is nice, and you get a guaranteed special move. Downside is you don't get enough ki to guarantee to, you know, actually use it, but it's enough ki that you should be able to continue your combo if you have like a Strike or Blast Arts card. And then of course you get like damage buffs, which is always good. You cripple the opponent's ki, and you lower their arts card draw speed, which is also fantastic. The following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Restores own health by 10%, increases own Dragon Balls by 1, activates once, plus 20% to damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer counts, and plus 15% to special move damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer counts. Now, out of everything that's on here, I think the Dragon Ball perk is actually going to be one of the best ones in correlation if, you know, you pair up this unit with the soon-to-be, and it sounds so weird saying this, Zenkai Bulma. I just never thought that'd be a thing. But you pair up Master Roshi with Bulma, and getting the Dragon Balls is going to be very easy. Very, very easy. Because again, like, you throw this unit into standby and you're guaranteed a Dragon Ball. Guaranteed. And then Bulma, with her special skill, is able to get a free Dragon Ball. So you can try to utilize that to get the Dragon Balls a bit quicker, or whatever the case may be. So that is kind of nice. And it's also extremely important with this particular, like, these particular sets of units, and even including the Zenkai, to get the Dragon Balls, which again, I'll explain in a bit. Now, we move on to Android 8, or otherwise known as Aider. So, we have Android 8. He's a sparking blue melee type. That's what I'm talking about right there. Good element factor in this current meta. So hopefully against likes of Ultra Vegito Blue, he'll be able to hold his own. But good typing so far. Anyway, his tags are Dragon Ball and Android. So Z ability 3, plus 30% to tag Dragon Ball, episode sagas from the movies, or tag Android base strike attack and defense, and plus 15% to tag Dragon Ball base blast attack during battle. Unique abilities. Has a special cover change against strike arts attacks, comboable with special move arts. So again, strike cover, he can follow up with his special move. Applies the following effects to enemy when changing cover. Randomly destroys 2 cards, reduces vanishing gauge to 0, activates twice, reduces Dragon Balls by 1, activates twice. So where Master Roshi and Bulma are going to be the units that are going to help you get the Dragon Balls quickly, Aider is going to be the one that sabotages your opponent to the point where they lose Dragon Balls quickly. And again, this happens when he changes cover. But not only that, he destroys your opponent's vanishing gauge, which is fantastic, right? So, for example, let's say that you are able to get the strike arts or the strike cover off, right? And you're able to, you know what, we'll even take out the fact of you potentially having a special move, right? Like, you don't have a special move, but you're able to get strike cover off. The opponent is in a predicament where if they have a unit with blast armor, they're gonna have to use it, right? If not, then they're forced to switch or utilize a move that will have to help them get around the fact that their vanishing gauge is gone. So maybe a special move with blast armor, maybe a special skill with blast armor, their ultimate attack if they're wild enough to use it, or whatever the case may be, right? Or in certain scenarios, like let's say the free-to-play Demon King Piccolo, right? Like, you would kind of either be forced to swap, or you have to pop your main ability to get your vanish back, right? So being able to sabotage your opponent's vanishing gauge is a very nice ability. And again, with Aider being able to reduce the enemy's Dragon Balls, that is going to help for a particular thing, in which we'll get into in just a bit. Okay, and now we get into his special. So it restores own ki by 40, which is good, plus 50% to damage inflicted for 50 timer counts, cannot be stacked, cannot be cancelled. Plus 50% to own ki recovery for 50 timer counts, cannot be stacked, cannot be cancelled. Increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 50 timer counts, cannot be stacked, cannot be cancelled. Increases own arts card draw speed level by, or arts card draw speed by 1 level for 10 timer counts, cannot be stacked. -5 to own strike and blast arts cost for 10 timer counts, cannot be stacked. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemies special actions that activate when changing cover to self for 5 timer counts. So very, very powerful special skill. And they're just not even hiding how powerful it is. I mean, you pop this special skill, you get 40 ki. So apart from your special move, you're pretty much guaranteed to use any other card in the game. You get a massive damage buff. I mean, you get plus 50% to your damage inflicted for 50 timer counts. 50 timer counts. And there's no limitation with it either. So it's guaranteed 50 timer counts, right? It says it cannot be stacked either. So, I mean, that's unfortunate. Could you imagine if you're able to stack that? But I'm pretty sure that if you pop it multiple times, it'll just like reset the effect. And same thing for the key recovery. Again, plus 50% to your key recovery for 50 timer counts is incredible. The arts card draw speed is gonna be fantastic. That's gonna be fantastic. This unit is gonna be able to get cards left and right, which again is going to help out tremendously against specific units in the game, much like Ultra Vegito Blue. So that's gonna be fantastic. And then not only that, he gets the damage buff, he gets the key recovery buff, he gets the arts card draw speed buff, and he has a shorter cost for a strike and blast arts, which is gonna help even more with combos. So that's also good. And then through using his special skill, he nullifies cover change for 5 timer counts, which is also really, really nice. So he's sounding very powerful. And then unique abilities. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Draw a special arts card next, activates twice. Restores health by 10%. Restores ki by 25. And plus 70% to damage inflicted. Cannot be stacked, cannot be cancelled. So long story short, this unit is going to hit stupidly hard. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he performs when he drops. And not only that, it's already good enough that he has the strike cover that gets rid of the vanish, but if you don't have a special move, you may not be able to, if you don't have a special skill card, then if you cover change, you'll be able to get one, which will give you all of these fantastic buffs from being able to utilize it. So cover changing with this unit is going to be very, very important. And that's an understatement. So I'm actually excited for Ader. Okay, and now we have the main unit of this campaign, or at least as of right now, and that is none other than the new LF Kid Goku. I am excited for this unit. So, of course, he's a sparking unit, he's an LF unit. He's a purple type, and he's a ranged unit as well. So, it's a pretty safe element factor right now. Until we actually see how Master Roshi performs, but as of right now, this is a relatively safe element factor because we don't have any crazy yellow units running rampant right now. So safe element factor. His tags are Dragon Ball, Sun Family, Saiyan, and Kids. The Kids tag is completely useless. I don't know why it's in the game. Anyway, Z ability 3 plus 30% to tag Dragon Ball episode sagas from the movies, or tag Sun Family base strike and blast attack, and plus 15% to tag Dragon Ball base strike defense during battle, which is nice. And again, with all these units, they also have the versatility of being put on sagas from the movies as well. So if tag Dragon Ball doesn't work, we have another option as well. So not bad. And I guess in technicality, they would be able to pair up with Orange Piccolo, because obviously he's not element factor, but he's episode sagas from the movies as well. He's a green unit, so you would be able to use him. The only thing is they really have to buff that unit because he did not survive. Like, out of the 5th anniversary units, he's probably the one that fell off the quickest. So yeah, they need to do something with him. Anyway, I'm on a tangent. Getting back on point. Unique abilities has a special cover change against strike arts attacks, comboable with special move arts. So again, strike cover, can follow up with your special move. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 90% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Jesus, that's a massive buff. Wow. Okay. Reduces damage received by 70%, cannot be canceled. Increases arts card draw speed by 1 level, cannot be canceled. And -3 to arts cost cannot be canceled. Now, -3 is a weird number. I don't know what they just didn't do -5, but I guess. But still, it's a smaller cost for all of your arts, so that's good, right? And it's guaranteed and cannot ever be canceled, so that's fantastic. He gets that massive plus 90% to damage inflicted buff, and he also has that 70% to damage reduction as well, and a guaranteed arts card draw speed buff. That is very strong. And of course, he has strike cover, so seeing that melee types are actually very prominent right now, really good ability to have. Moving on, unique abilities. Charges unique gauge and applies the following effects to yourself every time own Dragon Balls increase by 1 while this character is not defeated. Now, if you guys remember earlier, I was saying that the Dragon Balls with, you know, like Ader being able to sabotage it from the opponent, and then Master Roshi and Bulma being able to farm the Dragon Balls is going to be very important for these units. It's because of this Goku and how his unique gauge functions. The more Dragon Balls you have, the stronger this unit becomes. So let's break down the actual unique gauge. So restores health by 5%, which is fantastic. Plus 10% to damage inflicted, cannot be canceled. Activates 7 times. Very obvious as to why it activates 7 times. Plus 40% to damage inflicted, cannot be canceled. Activates once. Plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts. -1 to blast and special move arts cost, cannot be canceled. Activates 7 times. So again, the whole 7 times aspect, it's extremely obvious as to why that's a thing. But it's nice that he's able to, again, restore his health every time you get a Dragon Ball, which is pretty nice, especially if his combo potential is insane. Then that's gonna be a solid ability to actually utilize. Although, like, in a sense, you, like, if you use him defensively, then you'd have to be careful with your Dragon Ball gain, but like nobody's gonna be careful with that. Rising Rush is too powerful of a mechanic. But you get all the Dragon Balls, you get a guaranteed plus 70 to your damage inflicted, so that's extremely powerful on top of the previous buff that he was able to get, which what was it? I believe it was wasn't it plus 90? Yeah, it was plus 90 to his damage inflicted. That's already guaranteed. So you get another 70 on top of that, right? And then on top of that, like this ability only activates once. So the moment you get 1 Dragon Ball, you get another plus 40% to your damage inflicted. Let all of that sink in, right? So you get all the Dragon Balls, and that's plus 70 to damage inflicted. And then if you get 1 Dragon Ball, that's plus 40. It doesn't show that they can't be stacked, so they can be stacked. And then before all of that, you got plus 90 to damage inflicted, and that doesn't show that it can't be stacked. So stacking it all together, you get a total of plus 100. No, sorry, I had my math wrong. So you have plus 90, you have plus 70, and you also have plus 40. I'm sorry, it's like super early in the morning. My brain is not working right now. But yeah, that is a total of plus 200% to damage inflicted, all of which cannot be canceled. This unit is going to hit like a nuke. There is no way, like, this damage from this unit is not going to be mind-blowing. Plus 200% to damage inflicted, all of which cannot be canceled. Unbelievable. Okay, I've been on this for way too long. And then of course -1 to, you know, the oh wait, no, I forgot. And then another plus 20% to damage inflicted, but that one has a time limit. That's for 15 timer counts. So and that happens every single time that you increase the Dragon Balls by 1. So that's like an incremental thing. But ultimately, when you get 7 Dragon Balls, for 15 timer counts, once you get that 7th Dragon Ball, then you'll be dealing plus 220% to your damage inflicted. I'm talking about if this unit breathes on you, you should pretty much die. Like, that is a massive damage buff. And then now I can talk about the blast and special move R2, knock that down by 1, which cannot be canceled, and activate 7 times. So there's that. All right, continuing. The following effects occur once unique gauge is full. Activates once. Restores own health by 25, so that's good. Plus 50% to special move and ultimate damage inflicted, cannot be canceled. You also get a special move and ultimate damage buff. Jesus Christ. Restores other allies' health by 15%, plus 15% to damage inflicted by other allies, cannot be canceled. So you restore health, you heavily boost your special and ultimate attacks, right? And well, your special move and ultimate attack. You heal your team and you buff their damage, which is also really nice. All of which cannot be canceled. Applies the following effects itself every time own Dragon Balls increase by 1 while this character is on the battlefield. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restores ki by 10. Applies buff effect. Nullifies enemies' special actions that activate when changing cover for 5 timer counts, which is nice. So, you know, you get a card, you get some ki, not a lot of ki, but you get some ki nonetheless, and you nullify cover change, which is fantastic. Okay. And now, moving on to the last part of his unique abilities. The following effects occur when own health reaches 0. Activates once, restores own health by 30%. This unit has endurance. Oh my goodness. Now, yes, there's lots of units out there that are able to nullify endurance, but endurance is always a good thing. It always has been, and it always will be. Because when it comes down to Rising Rush, that means that this unit will be able to tank the hit, which is fantastic. The downside is you got to be careful with certain units that are able to just inherently nullify endurance, or their Rising Rushes nullify it as well, such as Ultra Vegito Blue, Ultra Gogeta Blue, etc. So it's a good ability, but it's one that should be used with relative caution still. Applies attribute upgrade, shortens substitution count by 5 to self, cannot be canceled. Effect is canceled when this character is switched to standby. Of course, makes sense. Shortens allies' substitution counts by 10, which means you activate his endurance, everybody can come back. So there's that. Inflicts all enemies with 5 substitution counts. So not only can your entire team come back, but then you screw over the opponents because now they can't swap into anybody else. So there is that. And then special, randomly draws 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards, restores own ki by 40, which is a good amount, plus 50% to the next strike or blast arts damage inflicted, cannot be stacked, shortens allies' substitution counts by 2. So this unit is definitely going to specialize in being able to kind of get out of the way. And then of course applies the following effects to self according to the number of defeated battle members. Oh yes, last man standing buffs. Okay. 0 battle members, nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained for 10 timer counts. That's good. That's good. Okay, cool. We can live with that. 1 battle member, nullifies unfavorable element factors for 10 timer counts and restores vanishing gauge by 60. Wow, okay, 60% specifically. And then 2 battle members, nullifies unfavorable element factors for 10 timer counts and restores vanishing gauge by 80%. Okay, wow. Yeah, he has last man standing buffs, and those buffs are nice because it gives him the ability to fend off against yell units for a while, while also being able to get your vanish back, which is nice. So the way how they set up this Goku is he's like an all-rounder, but you can also keep him as the last man standing, and it seems that he would be even more so beneficial in that role. So but all in all, this unit sounds extremely powerful. Again, I mean, he's an LF unit, so you know he's gonna hit hard. He has the literally dumb amount of damage inflicted buffs, all of which cannot be canceled and can be stacked. And then not only that, I already mentioned he has endurance. He's able to nullify element factors. He's able to get his vanish back. He's able to heal the team. He's able to buff up the team. Like, he's able to shorten sub counts. This unit has it all, man. And on top of that, he has a relatively safe element factor as well. So I really am curious to see how he's going to function when he releases, I believe, in the next daily reset. But those are my thoughts on all this stuff. I'm actually very excited for Dragon Ball Saga. They're actually getting a pretty good buff right now, but I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. With that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.